What's up, guys? Welcome to another video. This video we're taking a look at two products from RavPower that, when put together, actually are a pretty good tandem, and something that I think that you guys would really like, find very useful, especially when it comes to the world of portable devices. Okay, so let's just jump right in. As you can see right here, we've got two products, kind of already unboxed, but kind of not. So the first thing we're going to look at is the RavPower 6-port USB charger Filehub. Yeah, that's right. You've probably seen videos of the Filehub, Filehub Plus, all those little portable devices that have storage and stuff like that. Well, this is that, but it's for your devices to charge and sync and back up automatically. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So this was a Red Dot Award winner for 2019, which basically this is a pretty cool little design. It says stay powered, and again, it's just a 6-port USB charger Filehub. And then if you want the model number, it's RavPower UM002 maybe? I don't know. Can't read it from back here. So what does this actually have? So I'm just going to unplug it here. Well, I'll leave it plugged in. So you're going to have to have this plugged into a wall jack, obviously. And what this brings to you, and you've seen them, they're just normal, like, USB ports that now you can charge a whole bunch of devices. Instead of using an outlet and then some, you're going to use an outlet, one plug, and charge multiple devices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 devices can charge at the same time from this guy. Now, it's got a Type-C with PD, so it means 24-watt power, so it's going to charge fast. If you got those USB-C devices, you want to go C to C, make use of the full 24 watts of fast charge. You've got that right here. Then it also has quick charge, which, you know, normal like 2.4 amps, whatever. iSmart, which is just their smart charge technology, is built in. Means it's not going to overcharge your device. So, you know, basically it's got some safety precautions in there. It isn't going to ruin your stuff. All right. Now, if you see up here, let's go ahead and unplug this one. There's a unique one. It says storage, and then it has phone. Okay. So what could be the storage? Okay, so remember, this is a hub, a file hub. So what you're going to do is, whatever storage device you want to use, you're going to plug into this port. Now, you can use all sorts of storage devices, okay? You're not limited to what I'm going to show you here. You can use any types of, like, you know, portable SSDs, thumb drives, whatever you want to put in here to give this guy space. And it supports, I believe, it's up to like 8 terabytes. Okay, so I don't think you're gonna have any problems finding storage capacity for this guy. Now, one thing that is kind of misleading, as you can see, this has the blue color for the USB 3.0, which you're thinking, ah, it's got USB 3.0. This is actually USB 2.0 speeds. Basically, going on my testing, these are 2.0 ports, so it's not the quick data transfer rates of USB 3.0. I'm seeing more 2.0 speeds, so, you know, but you're going to put this on to charge, so it's not something you're going to be like, oh, I got to have this fast. And then also, once you've done your initial full backup, it's only going to do really what's new or what's changed. So backups won't take forever like after your first one's going to take. But you're going to put this on here to charge your device probably like overnight or maybe during the day or whatever. So you don't need that very fast data sync power. So it's acceptable in this kind of situation where you've got 2.0 speeds on your data ports. So what are we going to do here? So I'm going to go ahead and just take this and put this down. And I want to point out too, notice the silver here. This is your storage and data here. Everything else is just charge. So if I plug storage in and I plug something in down here, it ain't gonna work, okay? Storage sync is only this port. Just remember that. These are only charging these two in the silver zone. That is your data sync. And you can see you got data out and in. So it shows your I/O when this is actually operating. These lights flash. And this is your power down here. All right? Now you want to make sure when you're using this too that the power or the cords you're going to use are not just power cords. You want data. If you're going to use these two areas, you're going to want data cords along with power. A lot of people make the mistake and they just use a charging cable that doesn't have the data throughput, ability. And you're like, oh, this doesn't work. No, you've got to make sure you've got data and power cables, not just power cables when you're using these two ports. Okay, very important. Make sure you get that. All right, let's put this down and move on to another item by RavPower, and this is their portable SSD drive. All right, so here's just a real quick model number, user guide, RavPower portable SSD, RPUM003. Isn't that the same thing this one was? Nope, this was 002, and this was UM. So 002 and 003. Hey, you notice? One after another. So let's go ahead and open this box, and I've already kind of got it open. So you get this little classy looking SSD drive. Okay, it's glossy, kind of finish on the back, and then it's got nice RavPower, and it's got a USB-C port and a little status indicator when it's working. So what we're going to do here is let's make him our storage. So I'm going to go ahead and plug this into the storage port. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and plug this into our portable SSD drive. And hopefully, there we go. Got a little status indicator light. Boom. And now we have a blue light here. Now it's not flashing, but now we see that we have the ability for storage because it sees this. And this, by the way, is like 512 gig. They do have a 1 terabyte model and a 512 gig model of this SSD. And I have been using this SSD quite a bit, actually. So now I come along with my phone, or in this case, I'm going to do my iPad. And this is my iPad Pro 12.9 inch with the USB-C. So what I've got here is a USB-C to USB-A. So I'm just going to come along here and let's go ahead and open this up so you can see what's going to go on. So I need to charge and sync. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to plug in. Okay, we're charging, 72% charged. So let's go ahead. I want Face ID. Okay, well, I don't care if you know my code. Well, that's not my code. So let's see if I can get Face ID to unlock. Oh, I'm too far away. There we go. Oh, man. Okay. So looks like software wants an update. So here it is. This is, you're going to download this app for iOS and Android, and it's called UHub, and it's by RavPower. And now you can see it says that the RavPower Filehub is connected, and it shows the storage for the local device, and it shows the Filehub storage. And so far I've used 37.22 gigs and I have 476.9 gigs remaining, or 7.8% utilized. That is from this SSD. Now, you can come here and you can do an album backup, which is just going to basically select an album to back up, and you're going to back up your album. And this would be back up your contacts. All contacts have been backed up, so see I haven't added any since my last backup. Now here's your whole backup. You can say backup now, and this is going to back up everything, album, photos, contacts, everything. And if you set this up, here's you can restore. If you go into your settings, so see it's got backup settings. You can actually have it do auto backup, which I have on. So every time I plug this in, it's going to auto backup. Okay, and I can change the backup path. So if I don't want to use the default where it's created it, I can change it. I back up the camera roll, back up contacts, delete local data once it has been backed up. That's if you want to just keep your device cleaned off. You're going to make a copy of it here. I'm going to go ahead and delete it off the device once I know it's backed up on this SSD. Kind of cool. I don't want to do that. I've got it off. But I do actually back up to iCloud, so it probably wouldn't hurt. Only download iCloud images when connected to the Wi-Fi, so it will actually do that as well. So that's a bunch of different stuff you can do. Here's the actual mobile. This is the device. Here's actually what's on this SSD, and you can actually stream stuff from it. So if I wanted to, for instance, I back up a lot of my videos here. So if I wanted to come here and hit play, this is going to stream from the SSD. See? This video is actually on this SSD. This is where I actually back up my raw footage that I record. So you can actually stream from this as well. So if you don't want to keep stuff on here and stream, you don't have to. And then we can go back home to the home page here, and you can just basically get an overall synopsis. And you could restore this. Say you wiped your phone, factory reset it, or whatever, for whatever reason. Maybe even got a new one you didn't want to restore from iCloud. You could come in here and restore, boom, from the SSD, from your backup. Get your contacts and whatever pictures and movies or whatever you've got and restore it. Is that not cool or what? Yes, it is. Very, very neat. Meanwhile, again, I'm only using the 2 data ports. I'm charging and I'm data syncing from these top 2. Now everything else I plug in, I'm only going to charge. That's a very important thing that you know. You're only going to charge. So I wanted to also point out that this SSD does come with this little carry case and a couple cables. This is a short USB to Type-C. In case you wanted to use a very short one, I actually have a longer cable that I'm using that came with it as part of this demo. So anyway, guys, that's 2 really cool products from RavPower that I highly recommend. It's not too often you get to do 2 things, again, multifunctional. We like multifunctional things on the show. I'm not only charging, but I'm backing up and data syncing. And then once I'm done with this iPad, I can turn around and I can do my iPhone and use the exact same port. Now obviously I'm going to have a different cable because this is Type-C on this iPad versus a Lightning. So I'd have to have a Lightning to USB Type-A so I could do data sync from my phone and not just my storage device or my iPad Pro. So multiple things you can do to back up. If you did want to finish data syncing this, and then do the next data sync, whatever. Or I can just charge one and data sync the other. Again, up to, 6 devices at one time can be charged with this device. Very cool. Check the show notes. I'll have a link for the RavPower charging Filehub and the RavPower SSD in the links for the show notes here. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the show, and as always, guys, thanks for watching. Have a good one.